scrambled eggs go wrong, they make people hate the word scrambled eggs. They make people think of clumpy, rubbery, tough, chewy, spongy, dry, bordering on gray breakfast buffet eggs. Who wouldn't hate that? Gross. But when eggs go wrong like this, it's because they were cooked at too high of a temperature. But not today, friend. We'll show you how. Now first, let's talk equipment. You'll need a small non-stick fry pan, a rubber spatula, and some kitchen scissors if you want to add chives. For ingredients, you'll need your eggs, butter or non-dairy butter substitute, then some salt, pepper, and chives if you want. All right, let's do it. So first, you're going to turn on your burner to medium, not high, medium. Next, you're going to add your butter to your pan. And if you want to add chives, you're going to use your kitchen scissors to cut them up here. Now, why are you adding them now? Well, the heat in the pan will help the oils in the chives come through in your final product, so add them now. Now, BG is also adding salt and pepper at this point, but you can always do this later on if you want. It doesn't really matter. Now, at this point, you're going to let your butter melt in the pan. This is going to take a couple minutes. Now, we use non-dairy butter by Earth Balance because everyone but me is allergic to dairy in our house. Now, you'll want to move the butter around the pan like BG is showing you here every now and then. Now, when the butter is fully melted and it starts bubbling, like you can see here, you're ready to add your eggs. Now, in this video, we're going to cook a 3-egg serving. So add your eggs to the pan. You can add them individually like this, or you can mix them beforehand and pour them in. It's really up to you, it doesn't make a difference. Now what you want to do is use your rubber spatula to move the eggs around the pan like BG is showing you here. If eggs are cooked above 150 degrees, they quickly become dry and spongy. You definitely don't want that. To do your eggs right, you need to control your heat by moving the eggs around the pan. Your goal is to do your best to help the heat equally transfer to all parts of the eggs in the pan, which is what moving the eggs around like this is doing. So this video is about how to make British style eggs, and you might be wondering, what does that mean? When it comes to how you apply heat to the eggs and how this affects the end product, there are some different approaches. On one end of the spectrum, you have American eggs, which are made at a higher heat and result in larger folds in the eggs with more structure. Now, when you make eggs at a higher heat, you run the risk of drying them out. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you have French eggs, which are velvety and smooth. Hardly any clumps at all. But these can really gross some people out because they may seem too loose if you're not used to that kind of texture. You'll also need a double boiler to make these kinds of eggs. Well, you can't make them in a plain fry pan like you can these. Now what we're showing you are British style scrambled eggs, which are between American and French style. They have smaller clumps than American style eggs, but they have more structure than the French style. And you can make them in a simple fry pan instead of a double boiler. Now you'll notice that you can't walk away from these eggs. You need to constantly move them around. When you see that they're cooking too much, pull them off the heat like BG is showing you here. This is one way to help you control how much heat is transferring to your eggs. Now you'll notice also that he just turned off the burner because he sees that the eggs are almost finished and he doesn't want to burn them. When you see that the eggs look like they do here, small clumps, still creamy with some structure, you're done. Thanks for watching today. If you missed our previous breakfast videos, make sure to check out our advice on how to make smooth black coffee and how to make gluten-free, dairy-free pancakes. Coming up, we're going to show you how to make gluten-free, dairy-free French toast in a cast iron skillet. And yes, it's as good as it sounds. Subscribe to us, like us, and sign up for our newsletter at our new website. See you next time on Our Final Freezer.
Do you think cooking with a mirror over you is easy? Be cool.
I'm cool.
Be cool.
Take one. I'm serious. You ready?
Okay.
Ready?